Hi everyone, my name's Richard McMunn and I'm a professional book coach who helps aspiring authors get their books written and published. And in this video, I want to talk about the question, what do the majority of successful business owners and entrepreneurs have in common? And the answer to that question is, of course, a book. If you think about the successful entrepreneurs and business owners out there, so Richard Branson, Tony Robbins, Simon Coulson, Russell Brunson, they all have a book. Now, a book serves a number of purposes. First of all, you can write and publish a book to sell copies, to generate income, or you can also use it to position yourself as an expert and also help you to generate all-important leads. Now, if you think about what you do when you go to business events and you go to networking events, what you do is you take along these with you, which are business cards. Now, there's nothing wrong with these. I'm not knocking them, and they certainly have their place in the business networking facility. But the problem with these is that you will get loads of these at events, and what tends to happen is they go in the top drawer in your back pocket and never to be seen again. Whereas if you have a book that allows you to connect with people at events or to give to potential leads and clients, then this is more powerful. Now, of course, a book costs a lot more time, effort and money to get published, but believe me, it is far more powerful than something like a business card. And in this video, I'm going to give you some important tips to help you consider getting your own book out there, and if you do, what to do to make it a success. And just to demonstrate how powerful a book can be, I attended the last business show up at the Olympia in London, and instead of taking these and leaflets, I took along 1,500 copies of this book to give away for free. So as I said in the start of the video, I'm a book coach, and this is how to write and publish a book. So I'm looking at people to help people to get their books published. But I gave this book away for free, and I thought to myself, it's a two-day event, so I'm probably going to need about 1,500 copies. If I give away 750 each day, that's 1,500 really strong, good leads. I get in return the name and email address, and the customer, the potential customer, gets the book. Now, within the book, I can write about myself, my story, the different services that I offer, and also demonstrate how I'm an expert in my chosen industry. And I took up 1,500 copies, and come 1 o'clock on the first day, they'd all gone. Okay, now of course, if I was taking up 1,500 copies of these, there's no way I would have got rid of these during that time, and they would probably have not gone any further apart from their back pockets or in their top drawer in their office. So a book is far more powerful. Okay, so if you're in business, if you're an entrepreneur, or you're thinking of starting your own business, then think about having a book, because it positions you as an expert. Now, a lot of my books are really thick, like this is about 200 pages, this book is about 270 pages. If you're going to use a book as predominantly a lead generator, it doesn't have to be that long. It could be 80 pages, it could be 100 pages. So when you write your book and you're going to be giving it away as a lead generator, or a way that you can connect and build a bridge between yourself and your potential customers or clients, think about the length of the book, because if you're going to be giving away copies, you don't want it to be too long, because it will cost more money to get printed. And you should also think about the size of the book. Like a good size book as a lead generator is something like this size, about A5 size, 80 to 100 pages. Now, a couple of really important tips. What you should do is think carefully about the book cover design, okay? A lot of authors that I see out there, they get their book cover design done first of all, which is great. That's important because it motivates you to get your book finished. But they don't spend enough time on creating a fantastic book cover design that's representative of themselves or the brand that they have on offer. Now, if you are a coach or someone, consider putting yourself on the front cover of the book, and also on the rear cover, think about utilizing that space as a leaflet or a flyer. Okay, so in business, we like to give away flyers or, promotional sheets. But what I tend to do is to use the rear cover, and I put a website address on there. This is something about my one-day book writing and publishing training courses. So I put all of that information on the rear cover, because when people pick up a book, they'll go like this and they'll look at the rear cover. So there's a bit of an upsell on the rear cover of the book. So the book cover design is absolutely crucial. And again, think about putting yourself on the front cover. It's a really good move, but spend a bit of money getting a great cover design created for your book. And you can go on websites like Upwork.com. If you go along to Google and search for best book cover designer Upwork, you will be presented with the top 11 book cover designers for that particular month that you're doing the search, and that saves you having to go through Upwork and search for, you know, the best book cover designers. Another really important tip with your book. So this is another book I've got out, which is called How to Write and Publish a Best-Selling Book, and I've given away loads of free copies of this. At the start of your book, what you should do is try and connect with your readers, and you should also, really important, is create a link at the start of your book that actually gives away something of value. Okay, so even though you're going to be giving your book away for free potentially, what I do at the start of my books is I have a page and I think about what I can offer the reader in addition to the book that adds value to them. So you'll see here it says, as part of this book I want to give you a free author toolkit. So within that toolkit, so the website's authortoolkit.co.uk, it's got training videos, a book writing template, tips on how to promote and market your book. So what I'm trying to do there from the book, so I'll give these away to people, and then at the start of the book I draw them away from the book to my website where I can collect their name and email address. Now the reason why you should also do that, not just to collect names and email addresses, but if you do this at the start of the book, when you upload your book to Amazon CreateSpace and you also have a Kindle version of your book, this link here will be live, it will be active. So if you get people going to Amazon and they're looking at your book and they're thinking, oh, I'm interested in downloading a copy of it, they'll scroll through it on the Look Inside facility, see that link, click it, and that will go direct to your website where you can then start to collect names and email addresses. Now there's a bit of debate about the next point that I'm going to cover, and that is some people say you shouldn't give away all your tips or your advice within your book. You should hold something back. From my perspective, I don't agree with that. I always give as much content as I possibly can to people because I find that's the best way for me to generate leads and to generate business, because even though I'm giving people everything they need to do the task, they will still come and want to work with me. So if they feel I'm adding value to their lives or to their business and I'm helping them to change their lives, then they'll want to come and work with me, and that works for me. Like I said, there's some debate about that, whether you should give away loads of content, but for me it always works really, really well. So a book is a great positioning tool. It's for selling copies. You can, you know, gain a good financial income from your books. When I set up my book publishing company, I was working as a firefighter for Kent Fire and Rescue Service, and that was the first book that I published, How to Become a Firefighter. And within that book, I gave loads of value to help people to get that job. And then people started saying to me, how do you write and publish books? And that's what I did. I started to do that. But I always add value to my potential customers and my clients, and I always draw them away from the book to my website so I can build a list. And I'm looking for a name and an email address, and I can then start to build that relationship between myself and the reader with the view that they might come and work with me later on. So if you'd like a free copy of this, if you're interested in writing and publishing your own books and you want to know more about the process, I've put a link above the video, whether you're here on Facebook or LinkedIn, and you can get a free download copy of this straight away. Within this, you know, I don't want anything for it. It's got loads of tips on how to get started with writing and publishing books. And if you are in business or you're an entrepreneur, then you should seriously think about writing and publish your own book like the other successful entrepreneurs out there, because it's a great way to position yourself. Thank you very much for watching, and I wish you all the very best.